Well, the January transfer window has finished both pretty quietly and pretty frustratingly. The fixture schedule is coming back to bite us again. And most importantly, perhaps, we talked about getting luck in a Champions League draw. Yeah, that hasn't happened. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 170 of this Build a Nation story, Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today for what perhaps is the most unfortunate draw we could have got in a Champions League knockout round. We face five-star reputation super club Barcelona, still with Xavi and with some world-class players, both real and regenerated. And I think we're going to struggle, let's put it that way. We've also got to contest with the fact that due to the fixture congestion being picked up at this stage of the save, we did play just 24 hours ago, and we've had to rotate the squad very carefully over the last week, which on the flip side has given a chance to some youngsters. So if you're looking forward to seeing how they're all getting on and whether we can shock the odds against Barca, I think we all know the answer already. And please do put a thumbs up on the video. We'll have a look at the end of the January window for the other clubs in the nation. We'll have a look at Coleraine and see who they've managed to pick up in the last 32 of the Europa Conference League. And we've also got to have a look at Linfield, who unfortunately have lost a manager and they haven't replaced him well either. But for now, let's start by having a look at the schedule because nothing else happened on the ins or outs for our transfer window. So let's just look at results. You were with me as we beat Almeria to secure our passage through to face Barca, and we followed it up with 4 successive wins against Coleraine by 5-1, an early own goal followed by Cameron Thompson, 2 for Scully and 1 for Morgan Griffiths, who extends his appearance record again. A 2-1 win at home to Glentoran in the Antrim Shield final, David Close turning up for the big game when it mattered. A 3-0 win for what was our third choice team against Knockbrader in the Cup. Misselidis played through the middle and got 2. Aaron Simmons, who came back from loan in January and we couldn't find another club for, he got the third playing off the left-hand side. You can see in that one, youth players such as O'Grady, Caulfield, McNair, Lowry, Stevenson all started the game. The likes of Simmons was in there, Morgan Griffiths played right back. I think Owen Kidd and John McDade were the only ones from our normal backup team that played. In terms of the Clifton Field game yesterday, we won by 8-1. We played our backup team for the first 45 and then took off 5 of them at half-time where we were thankfully a long way clear. You can see from the bench again, it was a mix of third choice players and youth teamers, but it was a really good win. Zheng scored the opener, 2 for Lonsdale, 1 for Bird, Scully and Thompson, and 2 for Misselidis in the second half. And that leads us in to Barcelona, which is going to be plenty of fun. We've got loads of big games coming up, but all we're worried about is doing well in Europe. So let's see over the next week how we get on. But first, I've got to show you a couple of other things, because we want to know who Coleraine have got in their European match. They will be up against Omonia, who I'm pretty sure they played and beat in the groups, did they not? They did. They beat them 3-1 in the opening group game, so I'm expecting plenty from them. They should get through there. Imagine, I know it's unlikely with Coleraine, imagine they win it as well. Larne, Linfield and Coleraine all win a European trophy and we get nowhere near. That would be hilarious. If we go to the nation and have a look at the transfer window, a couple of big signings on deadline day, but I was more disappointed with the people going out. And I'm really hoping the big announcements about FM24 and smarter AI transfers will affect this in future. Larne sold a pretty important player to TNS. He played a lot of the season so far, so that was a bit frustrating and not for a big fee. The same for Linfield, who loaned out Luke Black, who was one of their starting centre-halves. Sorry, Michael Black, who went to Anderlecht on loan. They didn't really replace him, and he was first choice before, so it didn't really make sense yet again. However, both of them have signed a couple of decent players. A young loan player from Watford has gone to Larne, a young loan player from Liverpool to Coleraine, a player permanently from Reading to Linfield, who probably going to be a backup for now if we're being honest, but definitely seeing that all of them are going for players. Glentoran got one on deadline day as well, who's a decent experienced keeper. So they're all adding to the squad, but I was a bit disappointed to see a few going the other way this month. So that is the end of the transfer window. Of course, it was very quiet for us. We missed out on several key targets again, and unfortunately, we're probably going to have to wait till the summer. We have a look at the development centre. We have had our youth intake preview, which maybe suggests we're going to get a decent striker, but I would expect the rest to be pretty poor. So with that in mind and out the way, let's go through to the Champions League knockout playoff against Barcelona. I think it would be beyond a miracle if we won this game. Marinov is their star player. He's on 70 Germany caps and 500 grand a week. I think we know he's pretty good. Let's go and get through the team selection. We're playing at Windsor Park now, so we've got 20,000 fans in for this one. Probably will be a record attendance for us as well. If we go to the selection info, we have got players that are improving quickly. Even among the subs, Chris Houston is now a 4-star ability player. Maybe generous, but he's improving immensely. We've still got that big decision to make at right back. We could have done with a centre-half upgrade. But Xavier in midfield is improving. Just looks like an established Premier League midfielder by his attributes now. Balikci much the same, improving a little bit too. Zheng has worked his way in with the injury on the right to Maraval Austin. He's improving, he's got outright pace, and he's probably the form player in the squad. So this is the team we've gone for as a result. A few players out because we played yesterday. The 6 who did 90 minutes, nowhere to be seen. David Bird has had to go on the bench, and McNair the youngster and Lowry in there too. But this is the 11 in full. It is Morgan Hassan in goal. Reed and Urza the fullbacks with Davis and O'Donnell centre-half. Xavier and Bayavang the midfield two. Balikci the number 10. And then Zheng and Paleka off David close up front. And I'm hoping that his pace and his finishing ability in behind will give us something on the counter-attack. Of course, we're not going to stay positive. We'll drop to balance once we're in it. But it's Distillery Barcelona. It probably doesn't get bigger than this for us. Marinov the man to close down. That is not the real Fabinho. That is a regen. And to be fair, it is a squad of high quality. Nick Carter is an English superstar. He always pops up in the Ballon d'Or discussion. I think they're going to be tough opposition. Let's put it that way. They've still kept their original manager, which seems to be part of that series of glitches. We've noticed it at a lot of the big clubs where we've loaded the leagues midway. But let's go and get through the dressing room into the first half. We'll skip through the music. We'll skip through the rigmarole. We will be back for the highlights. Well, 8 minutes have been survived, but we're back with Barcelona on the attack. They've got a lot forward, so I'm imagining this might have been a set piece or something, as Maciel gets the ball wide. Keeping us penned in. They've got 11 players, or 10 players, sorry, in our half, but they go back to the one who's not, in De Jong, the keeper. Fabinho plays out from the back to Carter on the left. Reed does well initially. Finds O'Donnell, who clears it away. But again, there's no outball, though. David Close does well. Balikci releases Paleka. Close is in the middle. Paleka's going alone. Nena Paleka! We lead Barcelona. The team with a striker who earns 3 times our entire wage bill virtually. Oh my words. Lisburn Distillery 1, Barcelona 0. They've been on top so far. They've had the ball. They've had the possession. They've had the chances. But we've had the one shot on target, though Marinov's got a free kick straight at the wall. Blocked back to the edge of the box, and they're coming forward again. Down the right-hand side, chance to get a cross in. Beats the defender, in he goes. Great save off Davis. Oh my word. Nearly an own goal. It's off the line, but still under pressure. Good challenge in the end from Balikci. It's back to halfway. We survive it. But surely it's a matter of time. 1-0 Lisburn Distillery, and it's very much against the run of play. And here we are again, straight after, with a throw on the right for Barca. We've mercifully made it for half an hour, but I don't know how. Benedetti gets in. Shot is straight at Morgan Hassan. I mean, this is ridiculous, really. 35 minutes gone. We've only had one shot on target. We've been outplayed, and Zheng, gets away with that. Xavier does well. Ademir plays it into Zheng again. Gets in behind, shoots himself. I mean, that was no trouble for the goalkeeper at all. We are a threat on the counter, though. We're letting them have the ball. We're sitting a bit deeper. And on the counter, we've got the pace and the quality to cause them some nightmares. What we've got to do is try and hold firm at this end of the pitch. And it's not our big strength, though. We are forcing them into that big back pass a lot, which I'm very happy to see. Juan finds Fabinho and Silveira. Bar up to Marinov. Through ball again. Outride. They've caught us out this time. Benedetti's in. There's 4 in the middle. Back to the edge of the box. The edge of the 6-yard box even. And it's in for 1-1. It was always coming. And unfortunately, it comes with 6 minutes to the break. 1-1. It was fun while it lasted. Now let's enjoy the pasting. Well, at half-time, it's 1-1. We've been by far the second best team on the pitch, but it's been a cracking effort. You can see how hard they're working defensively. and you can see we're still a threat on the counter. But for now, we know we're chasing the ball a lot and we'll probably have to make subs soon. And our best subs are unavailable because they played last night. Not a problem Barcelona facing this save. 25 to go. I'm going to take Close off for Scully. We'll go for that big attacking threat. We're going to take Zheng off as well, who played half a game yesterday. Paleka to the left, Howard to the right. And then Houston for Bayavang in midfield. He's got a bit more bite, a bit more defensive mindedness. We'll leave it at that. 3 changes made, 25 to go. Do you know what? Even if we could draw on a night, it's one hell of an effort for the nation. And it's a big sign of a step forward as Maciel gives the ball away here to Ademir and Scully, who again can't hold on to it. Just not got that star quality at the two ends of the pitch when it comes to this very top level. And Fabinho gets the ball back for Juan and they play downfield again. Into midfield. They're getting through us a bit easily there. Urza beaten. It's a 2-on-1 and where we've committed the wingers, we're not able to support them defensively. Maciel into Marinov. Back to the edge of the box. Good effort. Great save, Hassin. Brilliant challenge on the rebound from Sinter. Go on, Xavier, son. Brilliant hard work. And now we're 20 to go. If we can see this out, I will bring a holding midfielder on, but let's just see how we do. If we're letting a goal here, we're going to have to chase it as Fabinho chips it wide to Benedetti. I want to get a result on a night. That's going to be a penalty. It's so soft. So soft. But this is what happens when you play those teams with European experience. They know how to buy fouls. They know how to make the most of a small challenge, shall we say. And now they're going to go 2-1 up on the night. Hassin sent the wrong way. Ademir was about to come off as well. And now we've just got to chase it. So Balikci will come off for, it's going to have to be Albert Press. And in defence, Urza is struggling. Cameron Thompson on for him. 5 changes made. They're not the subs I'd like to bring on if we had everyone fit. But it's what we've got to work with. 15 to go. Barcelona lead for the first time tonight. I tell you what, as we return with 6 to go, I just had a look at Benedetti when a little warning popped up to close him down. I have never seen a better attacking fullback than him, as Fabinho gets the ball to Silveira, down the left-hand side to Carter. Chance to hold the ball up, but plays back to his centre-half, and this is where Barca are at their best. They can keep the ball, they can pass it around, and they can consider it a professional job done, but they might make it 3 here with Bar, and they do. There's no chance that's ruled out. We're going to VAR, it all looked fine. And we're getting torn apart a bit now. We just haven't got those legs for 90 minutes, but we had to play 24 hours ago. It's something that's got to be fixed in game. Exceptions would be made for these circumstances, I'm sure. And we wouldn't have to play a league game the night before, as it's into Carter. I would rather have just thrown the 3 points and given it up, because we still would have won the league. That's got to be offside, referee. It's going to be full time. We've got 1 minute of stoppages to go. Do you know what? We've given a pretty good effort in this game. And the fact that some of these young players are still improving, it does give me hope for next year. But I look at the defence, the worst rated player was Davis. I look at the attack, Scully and Close didn't deliver. And while I would be happy enough to have Close on loan again, I'd really like to get one of those top stars if I can. With those 2 players and maybe a right winger as well, I feel we go to the next level. We tried to sign a winger that we tried to get in the summer. He went from Liverpool to Palace. He then got transfer listed at Palace. We offered 10.5 million and he rejected us to go elsewhere. So that's what we're dealing with at the moment. But a 3-1 defeat on the night. Frustration in the offing. We did ourselves proud, but we couldn't get over the line. And in the end, unfortunately, it's 3-1 to Barcelona. Back in a minute for the second leg, where we'll aim to keep it respectable. It's fitness test time, and while it seems like there's probably no hope for the second leg of getting through, we have got to look at a good story within the nation and try and keep ourselves competitive, because Coleraine, they won 3-1 away at Omonia and should be through to the last 16 now. We are not in the same boat against Barcelona, but we are going to try our best to enjoy the day. Can we get a result? Can we try and keep them quiet? Well, let's find out. I'm going to go probably for near enough the same 11 with just a bit of strengthening to the bottom of the bench. So let's go and get these guys adjusted and in. I'm not sure that there's much else we can do at this stage other than to just try our best to stay in the game. So this is the team we're going to go for. I'm going to chuck Freeman in at right back for Reed, get the youngster some experience. Zheng and Paleka will stay out wide with Merivale Austin still not fit. And I think the rest of it we're going to keep the same. So that means it is just Freeman in at right back. The rest of the team is identical. Let's go and get into the second leg. See how we get on against Barca. Well, no change to Xavi's Barca team. So those hopes of getting a few players rested today, probably not going to work out. We're going to drop to balance. We're going to put the fullbacks to defend. I did think about putting a holding midfielder in, maybe going for a Houston, but I just felt we should stick true to ourselves for now. So let's go and get into the first half. If we get overrun, we can change it. Let's get through the music, through all of that, and into the first half. We're just 7 minutes in, and the first highlight is a Lisburn Distillery corner, which is headed over by Davis. A big chance goes begging, and it stays 0-0. What a chance that could have been to start. As we're back with 12 minutes on the clock. It's Barcelona breaking away on the counter again, but this time, as you can see from our tactical tweak, we have got the fullbacks in defence, so we've got 4 back when the counter starts, though Carter still breaks away, beats Freeman down the line and cuts it back from the byline, into Bar who can turn inside, back to Silvera, finds Maciel, shot over the bar, we get away with one, still 0-0 on the night, and pretty comfortable for Barca on aggregate. I should mention as well, as Barca get the ball at the back again, that the first leg did set a record for both attendance and gate receipts, the first time we've topped 750,000 on our gate receipts as well. What a shame they haven't moved us properly for the group stage games. We could have done the same 6 or 7 times. As it is though, over 20,000 watching us is a lovely sight. And now it is Barcelona flying. And they've got over 80,000 in here. Great ball across. Marinov puts it in. The best attacking fullback in the world to a striker on £500,000 a week. We're not quite at that level, are we? 1-0 Barcelona. And if there was any doubt about them getting through, I think it might be gone now. Well, we've got a free kick on halfway with half an hour gone as Davis plays it to Matthew Freeman. O'Donnell into Sinter, and it's probably my only hope for the last 2 or 3 seasons to come in this save is that most of this 11 out here now will continue to improve, whether it's Freeman, Paleka, as Adamir's in, here's another one, it's 1-1 on the night. We've got our goal at the new camp, and it's 2 of those youngsters I was about to list, on top of the likes of Xavier. What a player Belicci has been this season, what a signing for the money. And Zheng is fast becoming a superstar. He has had a brilliant last 2 or 3 months. We've found a centre forward from China who looks to be just as good at a very young age, and I would love to be able to bring him in, but at the moment he's not interested in coming to the club. But if he does, it could give us double trouble on that front. For now, we're 5 minutes into the second half. It's been a very quiet game so far, which to be fair is not a bad thing at all for us. I'm going to look at the players on a yellow card and maybe rest them in a minute. But I might have left it just too late again, because here are Barca on the right. Paleka heads away and Close will chase, but he ain't getting there. Fabinho finds Pafjan, and inside, Silvera switches it. It's good football. Urza clears away, but again, nobody up there. There's no outball. Juan goes back to the goalkeeper and De Jong out to Fabinho. Into midfield for Maciel and Silvera. Big ball over the top for Carter. Chance to run into space, but instead cuts back. Pafjan into the box. Chance to shoot, and it deflects in off O'Donnell. It's so unfortunate. But now we've got to look at the people on yellow cards, and there's no point taking a risk. So I'm going to take Belicci off for Houston. We'll deal with that tactically in a minute. Zheng will be replaced again by Howard. He will go out to the right with Paleka switching sides. And then Close up front. He struggled again, hasn't he, on this big stage. So he's going to be replaced by Scully. We definitely need a striker next year. Davis will come off for our international star Thompson. The 5th one, I'm not really sure what to do yet. But for now, I'm going to put Houston into a holding midfield role. And I'm just going to put him, it maybe as a deep line playmaker on defend. And then Sinter, as a reverse of that, can be an attacking midfielder or an advanced playmaker on support. Maybe even a centre midfielder on support. That might work better. Just keep us in a solid shape. Keep the score respectable, because the last thing I want is to go and lose this by 3 or 4 and to lose the confidence of the players in addition to the fitness. Freeman's getting an experience out there. Hassan isn't happy at the minute, but I think substituting him to give McDade a chance is going to help his mood. So let's just see if we can hold out. As Marinov shoots, it's a good save. Let's encourage them. They're playing well here. Urza is struggling a bit. I'm going to make the change in a minute. We'll just see out the corner. Barr puts it in to the front post. Good header away. Benedetti wide again. Is he onside? Ball across the box. It seems so. And Howard will chase it and get there. But they're treating it like a hot potato. He just wanted to get rid of the ball. Let's get the other sub on. Urza will switch with Cameron Thompson, the left back. And we'll go for David Bird on off the bench. Who's just as good as the other lads anyway. 20 to go. 2-1 on the night. It's another one of those where it's been a good, hard-fought effort. But we're just not quite good enough for this level. There's a gap between the top probably 15 sides in Europe and us. And we're in that group in the coefficients between 15 and 30 most seasons. We just cannot break in for now. We want to go and get a couple of superstars this summer. But I'm not sure whether that performance is going to be enough to do it. We did ourselves proud and the lads are unhappy, which tells you they want more. But these players are improving. They're young and have given Barcelona a game. I can't ask for much more than that. Let's go and get through to the schedule and have a look at when we're going to be back, because there is no European football this year. So I think we want to try and get it down to just 1 or 2 episodes. I probably can't get all the way to the end of the season. I'll try my best, but if not, we'll come back for one of the big league games like a Linfield or something like that. Or if we get a big SPFL final, Queen of the South for a Scottish Championship side, we might show that just to split the season up. But I'll try and get as close to the end as we can. If you enjoyed this hard-fought effort, but in the end, narrow defeat to Barcelona in both legs, and please do put a thumbs up on the video. Promising signs from the tactical tweaks, but let's be honest, we've not got enough at the minute. If you want to stay up to date and find out if that changes, let me know in the comments what you would do and what positions you prioritise this summer. And subscribe and turn that notification bell on to stay up to date with the lot. We've got plenty more to come from this season, but first we'll be back with our Bristol City save tomorrow. An interesting finish on the way in that one. In the meantime though, you can find links in the eye above to the Twitch channel, the football podcast with regular predictions from the Premier League and Championship, and of course everything else in the description below, including the affiliate link to FM24. You can pre-order now and help support the channel. But thank you very much for watching as always. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you back here next time. See if Coleraine can live the European dream for Northern Ireland.